And we're here with our mono white deck that we've made out of the cards that we've got from the jump-in events, the draft events, and any packs we opened at the start. This is our new free-to-play account. We're seeing what we can do with the cards that we've happened to pick up without using any of our wild cards yet or spending much of our gold on anything. Let's see how well we can do in the ranked games with this basic mono white deck. Okay, so here we are with the mono white deck. We do have quite a few rare cards here, considering we didn't actually use our rare wild cards to get these. We just got them mostly from the jump-in events and the drafts and the packs we happened to open. So we're quite lucky with what we got. We have Hopeful Initiate. We have two of these. They're rare. 1, 2 human with training. So it will add counters when it attacks with another creature that has a greater power. So it will grow over time, and we can even take 2 counters off any creatures we control, destroy target artifacts or enchantments. That's really powerful, really good first play. We have Lay Down Arms, 1 mana removal for a creature whose mana value is less than or equal to the number of planes we control, and as we're mono white, we have nothing but planes. So that can give them 3 life, but get rid of a creature that's going to be a bigger pain for us. We have Meticulous Excavation, an enchantment that for 3 mana can return target permanent we control to our hand, and if it has Unearth, it exiles it and then returns it to hand as well. I don't think we have anything with Unearth here, so that won't come into play, but we can return a permanent we control and then we can basically play it again, and we could do that only during our turn, but we can bring things back that we need to protect, that can draw cards when they come back out, that can give us extra value. We have March of Otherworldly Light, an instant that can exile the opponent's creatures or target artifacts or enchantments as well. So that's a really good removal spell. We'll have 2 of those. Recommission. Return target artifact or creature with mana value 3 or less from our graveyard to the battlefield. Now, mana value 3 or less, all of our creatures have mana value 3 or less apart from these 2 over here that are prototypes. So we have a lot of options there for things to bring back. We have Soul Partition, an instant to exile target non-land permanent, and they can replay it if they want, but it costs 2 more to cast. So if they put out a big creature, we can send it back and delay them a little bit in putting it out again. We have Spirited Companion, which is possibly my favourite common card. It's an enchantment, it's a dog, it's a 1/1, and it draws a card. It's a good boy. Okay, we have Valorous Stance, a 2 mana instant, can give one of our creatures indestructible or destroy a target creature with toughness 4 or greater, so destroying their big things they put out. We have Borrowed Time to get rid of anything that is not a land, any permanent on the battlefield. We can remove that. We have 4 of them because that's so good. Inspiring Overseer, 2/1 Flying Angel that can gain a life and draw a card when you put it out. Restoration of Aganjo, which can help us draw planes out of our library, discard cards and bring things back from the graveyard, and then become a 3/4 Vigilance creature that creates other 1/1s. So really good there. We have Wedding Announcement, which is also a rare, an enchantment which creates 1/1 humans and then boosts everything, gives everything +1/+1 after a few turns. Can also draw us cards if we're attacking. Adeline Resplendent Cathar goes really well with some of the other cards here. It's a star for vigilance. The star is equal, power is equal to the number of creatures that we control, and it creates 1/1 creatures itself as well. So that comes out, becomes a 4/4, 5/4, really quickly starts building up its power. We have 2 Wandering Emperors in the deck, which are Planeswalkers with Flash. We can cast them at any time, and we can use the abilities immediately as if we were casting an instant on that first turn, and then it goes back to normal. So we can exile a tapped creature, maybe something attacking us, put a +1 counter on something, or create a 2/2 Samurai. All really good things that we can do at instant speed. And we also have Elspeth Resplendent, a Planeswalker that can add counters, give us lifelink, first strike, flying, vigilance, can bring cards out of our library if they're mana value 3 or less, which most of them are, or if it survives long enough, which it doesn't have to be out for very long, it could do a -7 ability to create 5 3/3 white angel creatures with flying. So we can create 15 power in the air. That's pretty good at getting past defenses and doing some damage. So once we're at that point, it's a good finisher. We also have some prototypes. So for 3 mana, we can cast Still Seraph as a 3/3 that will give something of ours flying, vigilance, or lifelink until end of turn, or play it for 6 as a 5/4. And we have Combat Thresher, which again can come out as a 1/1 prototype, which has double strike and draws a card. We can play it for 7. It comes out as a 3/3 double strike and draws a card. So a few different options there, some flexibility. We have 24 planes. We're going to see how we can do in our ranked games today. We are playing in bronze because we've just started out with this new free-to-play account. Even people in bronze have lots of rares and mythics, and luckily for us, in this deck we do. So although this is a starter deck, in that it's a new free-to-play account, we haven't used many wildcards to get any of this at all. We still have a rare, two mythics there, 2 mythics there, 2 rares, 2 rares, 2 rares. We have lots of rares actually in this deck. Soul Petition is a rare, Hopeful Initiate is a rare, and March of Otherworldly Like is a rare. So you might not consider this a starter deck because of how many rares and mythics it has in the deck, but this is our new free-to-play account. We've been playing for a week, and we've hardly used any of our wild cards up here. So technically this is a starter deck. It's not the most budget-friendly one, but if you play the jump-in events like we did, you might be able to get some of these rares and mythics pretty easily without having to use wild cards. Okay, opponent going first. Seems to always happen. We have 2 mana. We have a Spirited Companion. We've got a good chance of drawing a 3rd land to get Overseer out. So we should be able to start building up some cards, building up some creatures. And we have 2 kind of removal options, should we need them. Okay, we have some kind of Lifegain stuff going on here. If I have a Voice of the Blessed, I'll be happy. I'll get rid of it with Valorous Stance when it gets bigger. No, okay. But mono white Lifegain something. I imagine there's going to be a Voice of the Blessed in here somewhere. So let's go with getting the dog out on the field, drawing an extra card, getting that land. Okay, enchantments and Lifegain. So 3. We're going to go with the Overseer again, draw another card, keep our hand full, give us lots of options and keep those planes coming in. We have the 2 Borrowed Times for when they put out something like a Hallowed Haunting. If they're going to put out something like a Hallowed Haunting. These are quite basic cards, again, commons, uncommons. So, might be at the advantage on the type of cards that we have as well. Another farmhand. So they're gaining life, but they're not doing much. Okay, so they're going to gain life again. They're going to become a 2/2 first strike, but it's not doing much. So let's get a Ganjo out. Draw another planes from our library. We'll put it out. We'll get a Hopeful Initiate out there as well. Let's attack with a Flyer. Just because we can. Keep their life total well, slightly balanced out, even though they're still gaining. So the plan at the moment is... Oh, they have a Flyer. Okay, let's get rid of that one, I think. So we can discard the planes and bring it back out. There's not really any point in doing that. Nothing else in our graveyard, so let's not do that. Let's just play the planes. We have 5. Now we can put out Elspeth. And do we want to do that now? We can see what else they've got. Let's go with Elspeth. And we want to stop their Flyer, so we're going to give our Flyer +1 counter and first strike. And then we're going to wait. So they could attack if they want, that's fine. I have a feeling their plan is to sit back and wait. They're running low on cards, and all they're doing is playing Lifegain and enchantments. So they're gaining lots of life, but we're going to hit them with lots of angels soon. Nothing they have out scares me. So we can put our excavation. But first of all, we're going to +1 counter on here. And we're going to give it vigilance.
Let's do this together.
Because we still want to protect Elspeth. We have first strike, we have vigilance. We must have something there to get rid of it. They're looking at the card. It's something. What do they have? It could be March. They must have something they can do that's actually going to... There you go, Wandering Emperor. Okay. But that's not tapped, so you can't destroy a tapped creature. Or exile tapped creature. You can give it a +1 counter. And you give it first strike. And you can block.
Strike fast and strike hard.
But they didn't block. Okay. So we do the damage. We remain untapped. And we're going to keep Valorous Stance here to give something indestructible. Or I could just destroy their creature. There's Voice of the Blessed. So they're out of cards in their hand. They can do whatever they like with Wandering Emperor. They can get rid of it next turn. +1 first strike.
I have got new moves to teach you.
They can attack with that, and I'm going to kill it with Valorous Stance. It has toughness 4 or greater, so it's definitely going, especially if it's attacking Elspeth. Is it going to? Of course it is. I'm ready. Destroy target creature. Also means without anything else that's flying, their Wandering Emperor is undefended. They can give them that as well. Okay. And that's not going to affect anything badly. We could do the -7 now. I feel like we'd just win if we did. Maybe I'm getting greedy if I don't. Let's just do that.
City's tearing. The angels have returned.
And then I'm free to attack with my flyers and get rid of the Emperor now. I wanted to give my creatures lifelink, but I really don't need it. So I still have 4 mana. I'm going to keep Wandering Emperor ready. So it doesn't have anything with flying. If Voice of the Blessed gets 2 more counters on it, it will have flying and vigilance, be a 6/6. But I can just borrowed time it. I would like them to attack. They haven't attacked. So I could put out the Wandering Emperor anyway. Or I could save it. Let's just save it. Because we could do Steel Seraph instead. So creature gains flying, vigilance, or lifelink. The question is, what do we do? Lifelink on the Overseer? Only gains it till end of turn. Flying on the Restoration. We're going to do 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 damage. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Let's go with that. So we're going to give it flying. I don't need the life. If I do need it, I'll get it next time. So let's attack with everything that's flying. Let's attack with everything. Create another 1/1 to block if we need it. But it's unlikely we're going to. They can attack with everything next turn. It's fine. We'll probably kill them the turn after that. So what do they have for 3 mana? Oh, flying and lifelink. Okay. Nice. Nice use of a common there. Still getting a lot of damage through. 22 damage in the air if they don't get a flyer to block. And unless they have a creature that's going to come out, give them lifelink. They could attack with a Seasoned Cathar, even though it's going to die, just to gain a life and make the Voice of the Blessed a flyer. They could block one creature, but it's not going to be very much. There's not really much they can do at this point, unless they want to wipe the whole board. And if they do, I have an Emperor. Maybe that's what they were thinking. Gain the life, make Voice of the Blessed bigger. I'm just going to take the damage. There's nothing they can do for 6 mana that will do an extra 19 damage, so I'm safe. And let's get rid of Voice of the Blessed. Do they have something they can do here? I'm guessing it's not going to be enough. Take out Voice of the Blessed. And let's just give ourselves... Let's give ourselves some lifelink. Not that we're going to need it. Could be another Wandering Emperor. Now I feel like it is. But I'm not even that bothered if it is. I feel like it must be. But even if it is, we're going to get 17 damage through, even if they try to exile Steel Seraph. Which would be the only thing they could do. They need to get rid of all the flyers, and there's nothing they can do for that. And let's go to damage. There you go. Whatever it was, they didn't play it. And they still haven't given up, which is interesting. So let's go with playing out Adeline, just for the sake of getting more cards out there. It's a 12-4. It gets big when you have lots of creatures. Hey, next turn we could give that flying. Not that I think we'll need it. Just go sit here and relax while they let the timer run down slowly. Check my emails. Cool. Yep, still waiting. Let's check Facebook while we're here. Nothing good. Okay. Yep, we won that one. Okay, they go first. We have kind of a slow hand. We can exile something. Push it back 2 turns. We can borrow time something. We can use Wedding Announcement. Let's see what they put out and we'll be reactive to start with. We have black as a case. We're not going to put out any creatures yet. We can put this out just for the sake of getting something out. They're going to read it because it's not a very common card that you see. Can't gain life. Not that we plan on gaining life. It's instant. Well, we'll see what else they do. Not too worried about these ones by themselves. Attack. Probably going to put the +1s on Night of Dusk Shadows. If not, I'm going to take it and see what he plays. Yeah, let's do that. And let's say we'll push it back a bit. Because now we can get Wedding Announcement out. Cold Conscript, okay. Wedding Announcement, start giving us some 1/1s. Anything big and scary is going to get borrowed time. I can play the Dusk Shadow again, but it's expensive now. If he does, I guess that means he doesn't have anything better in his hand. Okay, there's the Knight of Dusk Shadow again. So we could slow down the damage. I think we need to slow it down a little bit. Now, Dusk Shadow says we can't gain life. Steel Seraph can give us life. So, not the most useful one. Should we put this out? It literally won't do anything if we do, and it won't do anything if we don't. Actually, could have possibly did something. But never mind. We could have saved it. If we had a Restoration of a Ganjo, we could discard it, bring something else back from our graveyard. There's nothing else in our graveyard to bring back right now, so it doesn't really matter. But in theory, it could. So next turn, I'm going to get rid of Dusk's Shadow, I guess. Borrowed time it. Oh, another one. Really want to start gaining some life. Problem here is they can add the +1 on afterwards, so it can become a 3/3. So I think I'd rather take the 5 damage. Actually, do I need to take 5 damage? Can I just block here? If I'm missing anything, I'm going to feel really stupid. Black won't give it a +1 till end of turn. I guess they were assuming I would block the Knight. They'd get the extra 2 damage to get through anyway. Or maybe they just have a murder card. I'm just going to murder Steel Seraph, maybe. They're taking it. Okay. So we are taking some damage. Vampire Noble's no good. Dusk's Shadow. We want to get rid of them both so we can start gaining some life. We're going to get bigger creatures next turn. So why don't we get rid of one of his Dusk Shadow? I'm going to feel bad if he's got something better there. I can give it Vigilance, because Lifelink is useless. A bit of damage, keep it to block. Make things 4/4s, or make that one a 4/4. And if he can't murder Steel Seraph now, which maybe he can, then I can get Elspeth out. Don't really want to keep putting everything to Steel Seraph because, oh my goodness, Dusk Shadow. 3. Again, probably a starter deck. We've got this common that no one ever plays. These uncommons that are okay, but don't see very much use. And basically nothing else. We have 2 Elspeths, which means I can afford to put one out. And
I'm not looking for trouble.
I can probably use the +1. I was going to do the -3 and get more creatures out.
There's a hero inside
But I also kind of think I can give it First Strike. We can give it Self-Vigilance. If they have something to murder it, they'll use it now. Or they're just reading it. We now have First Strike, Vigilance and Flying. No point in giving it Lifelink right now. Really want to get rid of those Dusk Shadows. We can attack. Do some damage. They've only got 1 card in their hand, so although it seems like it's an instant, maybe it's cut down. Maybe it's something that isn't very useful against Steel Seraph. Maybe they drew something useful against Steel Seraph. But if they put their effort into killing Elspeth when we have a backup, then it just slows them down a little bit. Okay. Creature gains Death Touch and Lifelink. I'm going to put it on that one. Given the +1 now, generally a bad idea. You don't want to do your +1 abilities, any of your special abilities. You don't want to do that until the very last moment. So we can lose our creatures for the sake of getting the 3. Well, we're going to take out the 3/3. We've got first strike on Steel Seraph, so that will get rid of that one. We could take out this one as well, just to save us the life. They can get Cult Conscripts back out. Unless they make a mistake, we're going to lose this human here. Right, I think they made a mistake. Didn't quite see what happened there. So, okay, we got another lands out. And we can't give ourselves lifelink yet. But we can put a +1 counter over here.
Be brave.
And maybe we'll give this first strike. And this can give itself vigilance for now. And we could even, as interesting as this sounds, what's under here? That's Shadow. We could even bring back Wedding Announcement. Puts our creatures down 1. We can play it again. Make some more 1/1s. Interesting use of excavation there. I don't know if it's any good. But it gave me another blocker, which means Elspeth can make the angels again next time. And I like the angels. The angels are good. This is why Elspeth is a mythic. Graveyard Trespasser. Take a useless card out of our graveyard. Could have taken a creature out of their own graveyard. Could have gained 1 life. Made us lose 1. Really want to get rid of Dust Shadow and start gaining some life back. Another Borrowed Time would be good. A Soul Partition, anything other than a land would be nice right now. So let's go with the flying creatures. I say flying creatures. Let's go with the angels. Use Elspeth. So we've got the blockers.
Angels built this city, not demons.
And I don't really want any more 1/1s. So I'm going to give this one... Wait, why am I even doing this? Give it flying. I don't know why I did that. I should have just put Steel Seraph on as vigilance and let the 1/1 die. It's an interesting choice by me there. So they're going to take 5 damage. And let's play the Elspeth. Pretty sure they'll quit at this point. Have the angels to defend. Let's go with put a creature out. Borrowed Time. Let's get rid of that Night Shadow, Dusk Shadow. Again, maybe not the best use. I don't know. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I can gain life now. Not that it matters, because they have 19 damage in the air coming at the next turn. And they have nothing. I'll even let you take out Elspeth. I'll let you have it. Play some spells. I don't think we need white spells for our daily quests or anything, but pretend like we do. Lifelink. They had first strikes, we get life first of all, and all that extra damage afterwards. We did it. Here we have 2 planes, we have Spirited Companions, Overseer, good chance we're going to get some nice cheap blockers out, and at least a third land. Put out Meticulous Excavation. I really don't think it's going to do that much to us but it's an interesting card to try out. So this is going to be our last game with the white deck. Win or lose, whatever happens here. Okay, let's get some Overseers out. Let's get some Hopeful Initiates out. They have similar, they have black, they have white enchantments. Interesting. So let's go with Overseer or Initiate and Spirited Companion. Let's go with Overseer. We'll start doing damage earlier, slightly. Do they want to lose their dog? Let's find out. No, they'd rather take damage. That's fine. I'm okay with damage. They're okay with gaining life. Okay. Okay, good chance we're dealing with a balanced deck, so artifacts and enchantments. Let's go with Initiate and Overseer. Gain a little bit more life. Draw an extra card. We've got a good selection of cards here. Good thing about Initiate, it can destroy artifacts or enchantments if we get +1 counters on things. So next turn they put out anything big, borrow time it. They don't put out anything too threatening. Elspeth. Maybe give an Overseer +1 counter and first strike or something. Well, we're definitely taking that damage. I think we can afford to go down to 20. Okay, artifacts and enchantments, definitely. So we can Elspeth. All they're going to do is draw cards slowly and sacrifice things. I'm not even too worried if they attack me. So let's put Overseer.
But I'll fight if I have to.
They have something.
Show them what you got.
Lifelink, First Strike, or Vigilance. I'll just go with Lifelink. See if they want to remove it. Attack with those two at least. Training. Comes a 2/3, so they can't kill it unless they have a card they want to use. Which they might have. They're really looking at everything, counting the cards. Seeing what everything does. What do you have? You give it +2/+2? We're not. Okay, we're letting it die. Could have at least sacrificed it. With Dockside Chief. Drew a card. Maybe they have another plan. Okay, they're just going to blink that one. Draw a card. Gain some life. They waited till the end step, and that's going to come back at the end of their turn now. So win or lose, this is going to be the last game for the mono white deck today. We have done pretty well. Have a good feeling about this one too. No Shoal Dreads, no Invoke Despair. Lots of commons and uncommons. Little things. And there's the Circuit Bender. Gain some more life. So we have Wandering Emperor. We could use... Let's go with drawing more cards. Gaining more life, drawing more cards. We're getting the planes going. We're going to get the angels again, aren't we? We're going to get the angels again. So +1 on there. And do we want first strike? Are they going to attack? Probably not. Are we going to attack? No, because we chose the one that just came in. And let's just play out Excavation. Again, we don't need it. Definitely a card is not necessary in the deck. Could be useful for some things. I guess it's more useful for unearthed artifacts, because we can rescue them after we play them again. Ah, they can get rid of Elspeth just before we get the angels out. Fair enough. Okay, so we can borrow time. Doesn't matter. We could borrow time. Yeah, it doesn't matter, not really. We can borrow time, two things. 2, 3, we can borrow time the circuit mender. We could borrow time the Touch of Spirit Realm. We could do both. Yeah, they draw a card. I know. I'm okay with that. Let's just start getting some damage to finish off the game. Put the pressure on them. Shame I didn't get lifelink on the Overseer. Not that I need it, but just extra buffer just in case. There goes the dog, but they can bring it back next turn. It's in the graveyard, they can bring it back. Discard an extra land, maybe? Presume out of the cards in their hand they might have one extra land. No, they got rid of one dog to bring the other one back. Okay. And they did have land. I bet you don't need the land. You could have got rid of it. Dredging Claw. Give a creature +1 a menace. Oh, and we've just lost something. We lost an angel. Destroy target creature. Okay. So 2 mana, destroy. Not bad. They do have the artifact. So we have 6 mana. Where are we going with this? We might as well get out Adeline. Could have done Spirited Companion first. But I didn't. So let's do it next. Lovely. Anything in our graveyard to bring back? No, not really. So why don't we put something in our graveyard to bring back? Maybe. Kill the dog, I'll bring it back next turn. And you're on 3 life. And that I can kill with Valorous Stance. Just waiting for it. Toughness 4 or greater. Oh, we're going to capture Adeline. Okay. Okay, no matter what commons and uncommons they bring out now, they're gone. Lay down arms, exile. They gain 3 life. You don't want them to gain 3 life. And we're going to attack with these 2. Just those 2, yep. Because, oh, wrong card. Because we're going to give them a +1.
I've learned much during my travels.
Bye bye.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Another one. So our games are done with the mono white deck. We did pretty well on that one. Was that 3 out of 3? I think it was. So We had a slightly unfair advantage, I have to say. We did have quite a few rares or a few mythics in the deck as well. And yes, that is a good advantage against the people that are using decks like the balance deck to start with a starter deck. But this is what we want to do. We want to make sure we get the best deck we can in our ranked game. So we don't want to use commons and uncommons. We're going to use whatever we have, and we happen to have rares and mythics in this deck, and that's why you want to do those jump-in events where you get the rares and mythics. Maybe open a few packs or do some drafts before you get into ranked games, because then you're going to have a better chance of working your way through the games without losing too many along the way. So thanks for watching to the end today on our mono white deck. Next time we'll be back with one of the other colours of decks, maybe the black deck. We'll be back with the black deck next time, and I will see you in the next video.